everybody. It's been a while, longer for me than it has for you. Life is life is tough, but at least we have cat names. So today I would like to show off some cat names that I've come up with, which not everybody names their cats. There's just so many cats that can be named Charlie and Willow and Lucy and Shadow and Inky and Fluffy and Paws. Or Oliver, shout out to Oliver. I'll put in a picture here, and shout out to Tiger, also a picture here. They're pretty common cat names. A lot of people name their cats Kitty as well. So today I would like to look at some maybe less common cat names. Some of these names are just odd and you should never actually name a cat this, but if you did, I think that that would be awesome. And the others, it's just kind of a name that maybe you haven't considered before. Cran. I think that Cran is just, I don't know, it's cute, I guess. Cran, that suggests a creative cat. Um, I don't know, it's just kind of like a name, and I think that it's cute. And if you named a cat that, I'd assume your cat was cute, and if it's an orange cat, that's all the better, because it's like, oh, like the orange crayon. Next, in a group of names that are just human names, but not human names that people usually name cats, Mary. I think that Mary is a great name for a cat, because it's a very common human name, but no one ever names their cat that, and I think that it's cute. Robert. Robert is just, I don't know, you can nickname your cat Bob. Like, what's stopping you? Matilda. Matilda is the main character in Matilda, of course. I haven't watched that movie, but I want to, and I've read about half of the book before I got bored because I was 10 and it didn't interest me, I guess. But I think it's a nice cat name, especially like if you're anticipating your cat is going to be like an old lady. I think it's a great name. Wilbert. It's a little bit of a less common human name, therefore it makes an excellent cat name. And last but not least, kind of on the edge of Wilbert, we're going from most common human names to least common human names, or at least nowadays. Lastly, Cordelia. I realize that nobody really wants to name a human being Cordelia, much less a cat, but I feel like that implies a sort of regalness about your cat. Maybe she has issues with her father, like Cordelia from King Lear. I don't know. I think that could be a fun possibility for cat names. Next, I would like to bring some food named cat names to the stage, such as Pickle, which I think is a great cat name. I mean, no, I don't think anyone who owns a cat could really say Pickle sucks as a cat name. I think naming any animal Pickle is automatically a good idea, whether or not you like pickles. This is, of course, extra cool if your cat has gotten itself into a pickle. I think Fry is also a good name. This can double, of course, as like frying food, or like a French fry, or just fry as in to mean small. I believe fry can mean small. Mochi is also a good one. I think Mochi is a really cute one. Also kind of has the same connotations as Fry, but instead of more mischievous, Mochi seems like a cuter cat, or like acts cuter, Dino Nugget is something that I think people should be naming their cats, because you could nickname the cat Dino or Nugget, but in your heart that your cat's name is Dino Nugget. And I just think that's cool, because you get the best of both worlds. You get a nugget and you get a dinosaur. Like, what's stopping you, right? Lastly, on our food-based cat names, Carrot. It seems weird, and I enjoy it. That's it. I realize now that I forgot one of the human names, except this year is so far out of a human name that I don't know if you could really consider this one a human name, but consider naming your cat Gregorius. I think that Gregorius is a wonderful cat name, because people think, is your cat a Gregorian monk? And the answer is no, of course not, but you can call him Greg for short. Something I also forgot when going through human cat names, and I realized that I probably didn't include this at the time because I realized that, yeah, it's not quite human because it is a pun. Bartholomew, uh, it would just be spelled like Bartholomew, but you say Mew, like it's a cat, and you can nickname your cat Mew or Bart or Thalum. Lastly, before we go into really long cat names or multi-word cat names, I would like to put forth dodecahedron. This here is a shape, and if you're really into math, if dodecahedrons happen to be your favorite shapes, maybe that's what you should name your cat. I also think that names that are shapes, like, oh, this is triangle, my cat, and you're like, okay, I don't know, it's unique, it's interesting, it's a normal word. Well, maybe dodecahedron isn't, but like if you named your cat Square, that might be fun. And dodecahedron is of course very fun to say as well. Let's get into some longer cat names. Number 1, we have King Timothy. Unrelated to Timothy Chalamet and my friend Timothy. Nothing to do with that. Just King Timothy sounds fun. Cats tend to respond to names with E sounds in them, especially when it ends that way, which is why, of course, when I got my cat George, here's a picture of George. I love George. We called him Georgie a lot. I don't know if he necessarily responded better to Georgie, but it was helpful to know that if need be, we could have a version of the name that he might respond to a little more quickly. Well, of course, the likelihood of them only responding to high-pitched sounds is of course very low, but it probably helps them remember their names a little bit quicker. So, consider King Timothy. Also consider King Edward. Not for any reason, I just think naming a cat that would be really funny. Especially if you start doing numbers and start referencing people in the British monarchy or other monarchies. Next, we have Chris, short for chrysanthemum. I think that that's really cute. This is our cat Chris. You kind of get the human name. But then you bring in, this is actually short for chrysanthemum, so you can full name your cat and it gets fun. Lastly, for long names that aren't too weird, it gets weirder. I hate to break it to you, but it does get weirder. We have Eric, short for aristocracy. You can also do Eric, short for aristocracy, depending on how you want to pronounce or spell that last part. I don't know. I came up with it. It was funny. I enjoyed it. My roommate enjoyed it. We were having fun here. Then we have Candle Kitchen Canyon. You can spell that however you wish. You can spell it with all C's. You can spell it with all K's. You can spell it correctly. It's just fun. If you know what this is a reference to, and you are not named Anna, I'm so sorry. No offense. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't like that. Can I turn off that setting? We have finally come to the best cat names, in my opinion. So, drumroll please. We have Slayer of Beasts. This is, of course, great for, you know, a cat that you've maybe gotten at a farm or something like that, and the goal of this cat is to kill animals or something. You can say, this is Slayer of Beasts, and it's like a cat that's like this big with like the roundest face you've ever seen, and you're like, oh, Slayer of Beasts is so cute. I think it's hilarious. And lastly, my magnum opus of cat names, Chalk Eater 1000. Now, of course, Chalk Eater 1000 you can call Chalky or Eater or 1000. Any of those nicknames work, but Chalk Eater 1000 is just a wonderful name for a cat, I think. It's hilarious. It's nothing that a cat name should be, and therefore everything that a cat name should be. Thank you so much to my lovely roommate Anna for suggesting this video idea and for playing this odd game on her phone wherein every once in a while she asks me to name cats. And that's where a lot of these wonderful cat names came from, including Slayer of Beasts and Chalk Eater 1000. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this silly little video. I'm trying to get to Shakespeare trivia, but until then it'll be more silliness, more improv, and hopefully at some point I'll talk about cross-dressing in Shakespeare. But until then, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.